Hi guys, hopefully you're all doing well. So this reading, like all of my readings, is going to be general. For right now, I've decided to just stick to doing a daily collective. So if any of the message happens to resonate, please take it. Anything that doesn't, don't force it. And these are all timeless, so anytime that you tune in is fine. There's no specific date or time that you're needing to check in on this in order for it to be relevant. So let me see what messages Spirit has for you guys today. I already had one card jump out of the deck, so use that. Oh, we've had 3 come out. Okay, first one to come up. Interesting. New career. Your work focus is shifting into a positive, new, and successful direction. So I feel like this is actually, the new career is going to be for a lot of you actually starting your own business, a venture of your own, which actually is a really great time to do that right now because of everything that's going on worldwide. It's really affording a lot of people the opportunity to be home more, to get to focus on self more, and also take the time to just think about, what do I want out of life? What's important to me? And what can I do to make that happen? So new career, but this is a good sign that this has come up. So it's just letting you guys know that with this new career or venture that you're embarking upon, it's going to be very well supported. You definitely have guidance from above, from the spiritual realms. And as you can see, like the rainbow and the beautiful prismatic lighting here. I mean, this is just so incredibly blessed. It's hard to see, but there are some like gold coins as well. So this will not only be really beneficial to you on a personal level as far as fulfillment, but it will also be blessed abundantly as far as being prosperous. So great time to do that. Also, what's coming to me is that some of you that are wanting to initialize this new career are concerned about what it's going to take to financially get started. That's something that you can ask Spirit, ask the divine for assistance with that. You can ask them to show you resources, show you the way. Whenever I have something that I'm dealing with that's really challenging, I will take the opportunity to fully give it to Spirit. And I'm telling you, and I've been doing this for so many years, and it took me years of getting the message before I actually even started to apply it and see it work in my life. But just give it to Spirit. Just say, what can you do? Can you figure this out for me? Please figure this out for me. Figure out the financial backing for me. And then if you guys do that, something will, maybe the same day, the next day, a few days, even a few weeks later, depending on your level of faith in the process. And then something will just spontaneously come to you as far as, hey, okay, that's like an unturned stone here where I can be looking for, whether it be an angel investor or just perhaps there are lots and lots of guys, there are lots of grants available to business owners, things that you can apply for and qualify for that you're not even having to pay back. So look into that. But just keeping your eyes open, I feel like for some of you, as far as how you're going to financially fund this new venture. And don't let lack of funds be a deterrent. You should still be planning. You should still be working toward that career, regardless of where you're at financially, regardless of what it's going to take to start financially. Because that will all come together. And just remember, take the first step. You only need to do things one step at a time. So take that first step. And if you're struggling with what that first step is toward this new career, again, ask Spirit. Divine, please show me the way. Please show me what my first step is. Please give me that encouragement that I need so that I not only realize what that first step is, but give me the strength, give me the confidence to actually follow through and take that first step. And when you guys do that, it will absolutely happen. You may have to do it more than once. You may have to be consistent with it, but it will definitely happen and you will be fully supported. But for those of you that are waiting for a sign on that career, this new career, this is not coming up because you're thinking about a new career or contemplating one. This is coming up solely to let you know that new career path that you're thinking about, it's a go. It's a go ahead. It's fully supported by Spirit. It's supported by the divine. It's supported by God, your guides, angels, your ancestors even. So definitely take this opportunity. Now is the right time. So move forward. The next card that's come out. Wait a second. Be yourself. Oh. It's interesting because we got this card in the reading today, or the reading that I did yesterday as well. So I'm thinking that there's a viewer that we've had that was watching yesterday, and this is a similar thing. But this also can go in tandem with the new career, especially if this is a venture that's very new to you and you're not used to being your own boss, or being an entrepreneur, being a business owner, starting your own thing. It can get a little bit confusing, and you can have a hard time figuring out how you're going to do things, what your niche is, if you're into something that's like an alternative type healing career or something like that. And just remember, be yourself. Just be how you are, be who you are, and that's going to really support you the best and make it a smooth transition, and also make it something that will be really enjoyable for you. Because if you're trying to fit into what others want, or what other people think for you, or how people are expecting you to be, it's really going to detract away from the joy that you should be feeling, especially when you're launching something that you've been dreaming of for a long time, as I feel like you guys have, if this is pertaining to you with the career. So yeah, just remember, be true to self, honor self, do things your way, especially if you are starting your own thing, because for a lot of us, the motivation to even be self-employed is so that you have freedoms and you have more of a choice, you have more of a say-so. You want to have governance over your business and how things are conducted in your business. So it's really important for you to just make sure that you are focused on being you, 100% honoring self. Doesn't mean you can't take advice from others. Take into consideration what other people are telling you, other business owners, or just other people that you value as far as support and advice. But above all, just remember to be true to yourself and trust what your instincts are telling you. Okay, let's see what we have next. Someone's also had an offer for another job. And I don't feel like it's maybe it is a different career, but it's coming up that someone's had a job offer from another employer, a separate employer. And even though the new career card came up, what's coming to me is that for this person, and this is really specific, but it's what's coming through for this person, it seems like a different career because it's different from what you've been doing, but it's not something that you've not done before, meaning that you do have experience in the career that you're gravitating toward, or that you've been given an offer from. Yeah, there's an offer for someone that currently has employment, but has now been offered employment in a different area. It is definitely with a new employer, and it feels completely different than what you're used to doing. But if that's you watching this, then definitely that new thing is that new offer that you're receiving. That's what's going to feel best for you. That's what's going to be for your highest good. Yeah, definitely. So let me know if that was you, or just put in the comments if any of this resonates, guys. I would really appreciate it, just so I'm, getting that feedback. So what else do we have, Spirit? What messages do you have for us today? What messages do you have for our viewers today, Spirit? Oh, there we go. This came up really quick. Support. So this is going back to, I believe, the financial support, knowing that you are divinely and spiritually supported in this new venture. Again, if you are launching your own thing, not if you're just, getting hired by another employer. But just remember to ask for that support. Sometimes we have so many resources available to us, but we're not tuned into them. We're not tapped into them. Just think and look around and see what people you already know, see what other business owners you already know. There are so many people that can be offering support to you. There are also a lot of groups available to support entrepreneurs, to give valuable resources. There are lots of new classes always being provided, especially now. There's so much done online. There are Zoom meetups and things for new business owners and things like that can be so incredibly helpful to you. And a lot of those tools are really going to be free to you. So look for support. Look for support anywhere that you can. And if you're having trouble finding places for support, again, ask the divine. Ask them to guide you to resources, guide you to different people, places, and things that are going to be offer a level of support to you in this new venture that you have. Let's see what else. Okay, Spirit, what else do you have for us today? Also with support, I have to say it's coming up. Some of you are dealing with not support, but lack of support. Or I feel like there's someone that's actually, not only are they not supporting you, but they are telling you, no, don't do this. It's not a good time. It's not going to work out. You can't do this because of X, Y, and Z. You can't change how someone else feels. And if you're not receiving that support that you're wanting, or you're feeling let down because you're not getting the support where you had expected to be receiving it, that's something that it's important for you to power through that and proceed regardless. And I know it can be really challenging, especially if it's someone that's close to you or someone whose value or whose opinion you really value or put in high regard. But this person, I feel like whoever it is that's not offering that support, there may be a little bit of jealousy coming through, a little bit of envy even. So just, consider the source. Consider what's coming from a person. Try to not necessarily figure out why they're doing that, but just try to tune into what you're feeling about how they're feeling. Because a lot of times when someone isn't supportive, there are other things going on with them internally, and that's what's leading to, them not being supportive, especially if it's someone that's struggling with own career or, not maybe initiated something for themselves and it didn't take off and now they're seeing you do it. There can be a little bit of uneasy energies there. And this person, I do feel like wants to be supportive, really does want what's best for you, but there's a little bit of just like bitterness. You know how sometimes when you'll see someone watching and they'll have done something similar and they're like, well, what? I did the same thing and it didn't work for me, so I don't want it to work for them, or it can't possibly work for them. That person, I don't know if they'll come around or not, but the message is coming through loud and clear. Proceed anyway, proceed regardless. And if you're struggling with dismissing that person's opinion, ask the divine for assistance with that. Ask them to help you just feel the confidence and surety that you need to move forward. Take those steps toward launching and take that initial first step, as we mentioned before. Next card to come up is memories. Cherish memories of the way we were. That's really nice if that's coming up. This has to do specifically with relationships. For some of you, a relationship is ending, or it's morphing, it's changing into something else. Excuse me. And you guys, my throat I just got a huge lump in my throat. So this relationship, I feel like, oh my gosh, I don't mean to laugh because it's actually not funny, but I do feel like this relationship, there's a little bit of a struggle to speak your truth. Definitely. Yeah. So whatever is going on here, just remember to try to honor yourself, try to speak what you're really emotionally feeling, and not being reactionary, not speaking from ego, but speaking from the heart. And also, if this is coming up for some of you that it's the end of the relationship or the relationship changing to something else, let's say that it was, lovers to friends or friends to lovers, whatever it is, commemorate. Think of the beautiful memories that you've had up until this point. I feel like some of you need to grieve a loss. You need to let go of what was. And to let go doesn't mean to forget. And you can still look back and have fond memories of things, and looking back to the times that were more pleasant, or the times that you enjoyed, or the times that you're going to miss, that can be a really good way to come out of a relationship into that next phase. And I don't mean doing this to the point where like you're sobbing, guys, over like pictures and videos and things. I don't mean in an obsessive type way. I mean, once you're to that point where you've made peace with what is and how things are, you know, you can look back fondly, and you can look back and feel at peace. It can help you have acceptance and really just appreciate that things were the way they were for however long that time lasted. You can still have an appreciation for what was, and excitement for what's to come. Okay. Glad that came up. I'm going to pull from the Ascended Masters deck because I'm feeling like there's someone specifically, because some of you watching are like, okay, I can ask for support, but like, who do I specifically ask? So I'm being called to pull from the Ascended Masters. So then you'll have a specific master that you can ask for help. Spirit, tell us who we can ask for assistance. Here we go. Merlin. Energy healing. Merlin. Okay, so what you will do here, guys, whenever you're needing assistance, whether it's that support, asking for what that next step is going to be, asking for encouragement to be yourself, you can call upon Merlin for this. And also, you can call upon Merlin to heal you while you're sleeping, perform energetic healing on you during your sleep. I know some of these things are going to sound really alternative to some of you, and I myself cannot even fully explain how these things work, but guaranteed they do. I have been utilizing these tools that I give to you guys during the readings. I've been utilizing them for years now. And when I say years, I mean like almost 10 years now. These are tried and true ways of healing. Something you can do as well if you're forgetting, I will utilize the cards at times. Like if there's an Ascended Master that comes up, or a specific goddess, I will actually put that card underneath of my pillow while I'm sleeping. I will leave it in my journal or leave it in my planner as a reminder for the day to ask them for help, ask them for assistance. And of course, you can always pray to whatever your belief system is. If it's God, guides, universe, angels, spirit in general, ancestors of yours, whatever works for you. Because the thing is, these energies from the divine, they want to get to you and help you in any way that you're willing to hear and receive. So do what works for you. Like if this isn't believable for you, for example, to ask Merlin for energy healing, it's not going to be effective. The most effective thing is going to be your belief in what you're doing. And so you utilize whatever tools, whatever's available to you that's going to help you get to that state of belief before doing it. But if this is something you're open to, definitely ask Merlin for assistance with that energy healing. You can ask as well, I know I mentioned it in another reading, Archangel Raphael is one of my favorite archangels to work with. He's responsible for the healing of mind, body, and spirit, bringing the mind, body, and spirit into coherence. You can also create an energetic healing space while you're sleeping with light. Green light especially, that is the universal color for healing. That's the color for Archangel Raphael. That also happens to be the color for the heart chakra, which a lot of us are needing heart healing right now. So that's another way that you can work with that energy while you're sleeping. But just remember, again, ask for assistance, but ask where you believe, that you're actually going to receive. You should be asking from that place and asking to those energies that you believe can actually offer you that support and help that you are wanting and needing. Okay, Spirit, let's see what else. Okay, protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. I think that's going back to the financial aspect of this career change or this new venture I feel like there's concern for how am I going to take care of the house, take care of the children, take care of all these other financial obligations that I have right now, in addition to launching this new thing and walking away from the old. I'm coming into a place of financial uncertainty. I don't know that this will take off. But this card is coming up to just give you guys that extra, that validation that, okay, you are okay. You and your family, you're okay, you're safe, you're protected. You already know you're divinely supported. That's come up. If you feel like you're struggling with that support, ask for assistance, ask for that help. And if you were waiting for that message of, how do I know this is going to be okay? Is this going to be the best decision for my family and I going forward? This is the sign that you've been waiting for. Everyone's protected. This whole new venture, this is all blessed. And what's amazing about this is, if this is something you're really passionate about, which I do feel like it is, when you follow your heart and you do something from your heart space, oh my gosh, you will just gain so many resources, so much support, so much momentum so quickly, because when you are in that higher vibration of working from a place of love and joy, those are some of the highest frequencies on the planet to be working with. And so everything that's in alignment with that energy is going to be called into you. You'll have so many resources, so many offers for help, you won't even know what to do with. If this is really what you're passionate about, I 100% believe if you can take your passion and if you launch it, it can become your paycheck, and it can be something that is very lucrative for you, but more importantly, truly abundant in your life, meaning it calls more love into your life, more enjoyment, more pleasure, more time with family, more time doing the other things that you love. It can also support other people and helping them in their personal lives. Yeah, so just know that you're supported, you and your family are protected. This is a good decision, but this is actually not just a good decision. This is a great decision. It's time for you to launch it and really get started, taking it seriously, taking the steps, get started. Okay, let's see what else we have. Okay, last card. I don't know if it'll be the last, but resilience. Rise above tribulations. This you're needing to see, because what's going to happen, as it always does in life, especially if you're working on something, you're going to encounter adversities along the way. But just you're being called to remember that you are very resilient. Remember that as humans, we are engineered to survive, thrive, adapt, overcome. Everything that you need is already within you. You're as resilient as you need to be. And this is coming up because some of you, I feel like, are going to get no's, whether it's asking for that financial support that we mentioned or support in other ways. You have to get to the mindset where you're telling yourself, okay, for every no, there's going to be 5 yeses. For every closed door, there's going to be 10 open ones. Do not let these little things that come up, do not let them be, it might be a hurdle. It might be a little hurdle that you need to get over. Don't let it be a roadblock. This is not a dead end. It's not a roadblock. These things are just naturally going to happen. Know that you're supported from above. Ask for that support. Ask for the encouragement to stay the course no matter what happens, so that you're not deterred in the event that something does come up that throws you a little bit, as, like I said, it inevitably will, because if you're working on something, that's just life. If you're working on something and you're getting rejected or you're getting a no, then that's a good sign that you're doing the right thing and you need to keep on that path. Yeah, really important. And for some of you, you've already gotten that initial, the Spirit's saying you've already gotten that initial roadblock and you're like, it's a no, I'm not going to do it. This is my divine sign. It's not. No, it's not. If something happens that's adverse, that's not a sign to stop. It's not. And if you're watching this, then it's definitely not, it's not time for you to stop. It's proceed, keep going. And the more things you overcome, this is what's so great about resilience. You'll continue to build it. Let's say you get a no or something deters you for a little bit, but you stay the course and proceed in spite of that, you're going to get the tenacity that you need to succeed. And that's kind of what that path looks like. If you ask any entrepreneur, any person who started a new business, that's kind of what it looks like. And I actually, I have a friend that told me, you have to fail your way to success. And he's made a really, really nice business for himself, a really handsome income for himself, doing commercial contracting. And he said that to me years ago, and I was just like, wow, that's really something that stuck with me. You literally have to fail your way to the top. But you can also change your perspective here. Some of you are being called to do that. Don't look at things that come up. Don't look at them as problems. Don't say, I have a problem. Look at it as, I've got an opportunity. So if something is a no, instead of looking at it at, let's say, for example, you apply to get funding and you get a letter back, or you get notification back that you've been denied for that funding. You can look at that as, okay, I'm not getting the funding from here, so I can't do this anymore. Spirit, universe, God, guides, everybody's telling me to stop. And you can take that and you can let it go, and that will be the end of the road for you. But what I would encourage you to do is the opposite, and you can look at it and say, wow, okay, that didn't work out, but now I have the opportunity to get funding from somewhere else that's going to be a better fit for me, that's going to be easier for me. It may even be more as far as the amount. So anything that comes up, if you're struggling with, what to do or how to change your perspective, change how you're viewing it. And also these little things that come up, they are signs. Don't take them as bad signs. They're signs that you're on the right path. You're definitely on the right path. You're definitely supported, and ask the divine, ask them for that encouragement and support to continue forward when you do come up against these little, as I said, hurdles. So just look at them as hurdles. They're just little bumps in the road. And if you see them as such, that's all they'll be. The road's not ending. It's just, it might be a little bit of a rocky, unpaved road at first, but you'll eventually get to that paved, smooth, even part. But you've got to drive a little bit. You've got to keep that drive, and you've got to go a little bit further before you get to that point. So I'm actually gonna put that there. Okay. What else we have for you guys? And some of you are already really resilient. Well, most all of us are already resilient. It's like if you're living and breathing nowadays, you're resilient to some extent. But for some of you, it's important to remember that this is actually something that is going to be, it's going to be a lot easier than what you're used to dealing with, what you're used to doing. Like, even though it might seem difficult launching this, and it's really just nerves. I feel like you guys have already, as far as career is going, you've been through the most turbulent times that you're going to have with a career, with a job, with an employer. As difficult as things are going to be, working for yourself, working on your own thing, you don't have to answer to anyone other than yourself. And the freedom that comes with that, oh my goodness, like, you will feel so much more emotionally empowered, stable, just more even keeled. You'll have more of an emotional homeostasis. So just remind yourself that the most difficult things you've been through as far as a career is concerned, those days are behind you. The moment you decide, okay, I'm doing my own thing, I'm going to be myself, I'm going to launch this career, I'm going to get started on the path that I've been dreaming about for years, that's the hardest thing, is to make that decision to do it and then proceed. But once you've taken that first step, everything, though it's not going to be 100% smooth all of the time, it will be so much easier and it will feel so much better. Because the thing is, if you want anything that you're going to really, really enjoy and appreciate, that's going to be fulfilling to you, you're going to have to work hard for it, period. And you have two choices only when it comes to working. You can work hard to help someone else's dream become a reality, or you can work hard towards your own dreams. Those are the choices that you have when it comes to employment. You're either going to be working for what you want out of life, or you're going to be working for what someone else wanted out of life. And they're getting what they want, but it's going to be on your time investment. You can just as easily, more easily, be putting that time into investing in self And that's where it really, really will pay off in dividends you cannot even imagine. And not just monetarily, in other areas of your life. Having fulfillment in career, it can really change your relationship with self, your confidence with self. And that's what you need for every other area of your life to really take off and have more balance, have more stability, have more enjoyment, more pleasure. So there we go. Yeah, just remember the most difficult things you've been through, those are already over. Those days have passed. I'm just gonna pull one more card. This will be the last one. Oh, okay, well. Okay, guys, so last one that came out, friendship. Graciously given and lovingly accepted. It's important. Friends are really important. This is just really just calling you guys to take time to invest in your friendships. Take time to give to your friendships. Give and receive. Be open to receiving back. This is coming up as well because if you are going to be launching that new career and investing your time there, that's a really good thing to do, but you're still being called to balance. Make sure that there is a healthy balance in life, and having friends, having a social life, having things outside of career to put your time into can really help you. You want to make sure that you're having a balance. And I feel like there's someone specific that's like, I don't have time for friends right now. I don't have time for a social life. You definitely have time for it, and it's important to make the time for it, because having that balance, it's what's going to give you that tenacity and resilience that you're needing. We all need downtime. I don't care how much you love what you're doing, you're going to need a break from it. We all need that. And to incorporate that balance now and make that a part of your regular workflow, it will feel so much better going forward, because you won't get yourself to the point where you're burnt out and then forced to have to take a break, take a vacation. You want to make sure that you're supporting yourself fully and maintaining a balance throughout this time as best you can. And that balance means making time for that career, making time for family, making time for friendships that are valuable to you, and most importantly, making time for self. Make sure you're taking time to just be in hermit mode a little bit, even if it's just for 1 or 2 hours a week. Just time with yourself, something that is just, whether it's reading a book, going to get a massage, going out in nature, taking a nap. For some of you, I feel like someone out there is really burnt out and just like, oh my gosh, I'm so tired. And yeah, you are really tired, and Spirit's like, okay, take a nap. And for those of you who are, okay, this is for someone specific. If you're feeling like you can't take a nap because you have so much to get done, I used to have that attitude as well, and I would really force myself to try to get things done. But when you're exhausted, do you ever notice how not only are you not as productive, but you miss things? Like, you make small mistakes. It's almost like when you're operating from a place of you're like in the fog, you're not as productive. But if I get to that point with myself, and I don't fight it anymore because I've seen it happen too many times in my life, if I will just give myself the permission to take a rest for an hour, when I get back to it, I'm on it, and I'm much more productive than I would have been. I can get more done in an hour after I've taken an hour's nap than I can in like 3 hours when I've been really fatigued, I'm exhausted. I can only focus on how tired I am, how much I want a nap but can't take one. Because when you're exhausted as well, it causes a lot of stress on the body, and it causes a lot of reactions in the brain. It can really interfere with your cognition and your ability to problem solve, your ability to be assertive, to make decisions that you need to. Especially if you are doing your own thing, you have so many decisions that need to be made, and you're the one responsible for them. So you need to make sure that the machine that is your body is operating at peak performance, and you cannot do that if you're sleep deprived, if you're needing rest, needing a break. So again, just make sure you have that balance. Make time for those friendships. Make time for you, family. And if you are finding that you're forgetting to do that, put it in your agenda, put it on a daily planner. Make sure that you write it down. If you write down what your goals are or the things that you're wanting to get done, you're much more likely to get them done. So, you know, if you have to write it down, you know, make time for self, do that. If that's what's going to help you commit to taking and making that time for yourself, then absolutely do whatever's necessary. Okay. And actually, you guys, speaking of being tired, I myself am exhausted. So this reading's done, but we've done a good it's been a good one. But yeah, I took time for myself today. I actually went with some friends. They invited me to go hiking, and it was wonderful and magical, and my soul really, really needed it. But I am really tired right now, so I'm gonna honor and respect that, and I'm going to go rest. But I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I hope that it did resonate with you. If anything did, please, if you get the chance, just put it in the comments. I would really like to start hearing from you guys. And I will see you in tomorrow's reading. Okay, bye for now.